Meet AI at Flightbase, your weekly hub to learn, upskill, and stay ahead in AI world. Let's dive into today's session.
Today, mostly I'm going to show you the workflow which I have made. What it does is basically it creates your own avatar and generates the videos. So you just need to give a script, or not even a script. You just need to give him a rough idea about what video you want to make. It will create its own script. It will create a viral or a click worthy or a attention grabbing hooks and then convert it into a video and then edit it itself, and even it will post it on your social media all along. So let's just start it. So mainly the whole system works around three kind of a thing. One is basically the system which we're gonna build, like I have built, which I'll show you, and all the prompts which I have used to build the system. I have created one GitHub repo. I will share that GitHub repo with you also. You can also use whatever skills I have made. So the first is the system. So the system is basically my pipeline where all my agents are there, which basically finds the moment, finds which part to use, which part not to use, how to form the script, which hook will work best in the social media and which will not, then what kind of caption need to be created, and then scheduling it to the social media accounts of all of your social links. Next is creating an avatar. So you need an avatar of yourself, maybe a digital twin. So we will be using Hazen for this. But if you don't want to pay for the Hazen, there are so many local models. But one of the best one is basically Quen. So Quen 2.5, so which you can run locally in your computer and fine tune itself. But it takes a lot of computational power and I don't want to do it, so I just use the Hazen subscription. And the last one is the command center, basically you can say, which basically combines all of this and give me a finished output, basically a rendering system of all the finished output which I get here. Now let's go to the direct thing. Okay, so what tools I have used to make this kind of a system. And before jumping into the system, let me show you what output it will give to you. So I'll show you two videos basically. So one was where I didn't give my brand colors or fonts or animation styles which I wanted to make the video in. So first video is this, and even the avatar which you will be seeing is generated using the AI. So the avatar which you are seeing is one of our team member, Nupur. She works in the business team.
This open source tool claims it can replace Claude code. Open code claims it can replicate the same workflows, same agents, same flexibility. So Abhinav from our team decided to test it properly. He replaced Claude code with open code for an entire week, not as a side experiment, but as actual day-to-day development tasks. He migrated sub-agents, skills, MCPs, used OMI open code to mirror his setup. Some workflows transferred cleanly. Some needed manual fixes. Some felt very different under.
So you got an idea what output it gives. So this is our brand guidelines. So even if you see my PPT, it's been in the brand guidelines of the flight base. Now I'll show this was created without any brand guidelines. Like I just told him to create the video and it created this. It even adds the caption as well.
This open source tool claims it can replace Claude code. Open code claims it can replicate the same workflows, same agents, same flexibility. So Abhinav from our team decided to test it properly. He replaced Claude code with open code for an entire week, not as a side experiment, but as actual day-to-day development tasks. He migrated sub-agents, skills, MCPs, used OMI open code to mirror his setup. Some workflows transferred cleanly. Some needed manual fixes. Some felt very different under real environment. So is it truly a replacement, or are the trade-offs bigger than they look? He's sharing the full breakdown live in.
Okay, so this is one of the promotional video which I wanted to. Uh, okay, so this is not the remotion. This is the hyperframes basically, Sujan. Uh, so this is one of the video which I made for one of the promotions of our this kind of a webinars which we take, and not just this kind of what do you say, a reel format. It can even make a launch videos for you in your brand guideline. So I given him the brand guidelines of the flight base. So we have a new feature which has been launched, which is a cockpit 3.0. And if you don't know what flight base do, Flightbase is basically a drone autonomy software. So I haven't done anything. I just gave him the releases page URL to my agent, and it served on that page. Took out the information of cockpit 3.0 and made the entire video. So this was the video.
Every drone operation sees the world differently. Cockpit 3.0 is one configurable command center for docked operations. Arrange map, video, telemetry, and controls your way, and your layout saves across every session and device. Pick any dock and drone from the device picker. Switch between split video and map. Each mode remembers its own setup. See FPV, payload, and dock cameras at once across wide, zoom, and thermal lenses. Launch missions, fly to a point of interest, or record a live route to repeat later. Take manual control with keyboard, gamepad, or joystick and test your bindings in a 3D simulator. Share a secure live view with any guest and get up to speed with a built-in guided tool. Cockpit 3.0, now available for DJI Dock 3 and Dock 2, Flight Base.
Okay, so here the narration has been generated by AI. The whole video has been generated by AI. I haven't done anything. I just gave him the releases page of the flight base. So now let's just go into the workflow of how I made this kind of videos just using the AI. So there are mostly these 6 tools which has been used during the entire process. First is Claude, which is the main hub where all the things has been done. Second is Hazen for creating the avatar. Third is the hyperframes, which is also a tool, or maybe you can say a visual library, which has been published by the Hazen itself. It's an open source library. I will share the GitHub link of that as well. And for the transcription in itself, I have been using the Whisper, and I am running the Whisper locally. So again, you don't have to pay anything for the API credits and all. Third is FMPEG. So FMPEG is basically, what do you say, is a open source multimedia toolkit which processes audio and media files. So it can convert, compress, edit, stream, record, and analyze any kind of audio and a video format. People often say that it's basically a Swiss knife of audio and video files. And even if you have seen the sites like convert PNG into JPG or convert MP4 into AVIF or WBPM, so this is the backend which all they use because it's an open source and anything. Third is the Posties. So Posties is again an open source repo, which is an alternative of the Buffer. If you have used Buffer, so what Buffer does, Buffer is basically a social media scheduling tool. So you can connect all your social medias like LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and you can schedule your content there, and the Buffer will automatically post on all the social media platforms. So Posties does all the thing for you itself in free of cost. So you don't have to pay anything for the Buffer API as well. So now let's jump into what kind of the things which I've built. So inside the Claude Code, I have built a few skills. What type of skills? I'll get more into it in the next part, but it has mainly 3 kind of a things. First is a skill.md file, which is nothing but a markdown file for a Claude to know that what kind of things need to be built and how it needs to be built. So consider it's like a recipe formula for having a product or a final output which we want. So basically, if you are making a paneer pulao or something, so you need to know that what amount of paneer need to be edited, what or what amount of a rice needs to be edited, what amount of spices need to be edited. So all of these things has been added in the skill.md file under the different tasks. So one skill is for creating the scripts, one skill is for creating the hook, one skill is for editing the video, one skill is for how to edit the video, how to format the video, how to format the caption, what fonts you need to do, and all kind of a thing. The second part is the engine. uh, it basically, what do you say, a mechanics part or a working part which makes those skill md file work inside the Claude code. They are nothing but a small kind of Python scripts which do all the heavy lifting. So if I share it, the YouTube video, so what it does, it just downloads the video, it renders the video. And I told you that I uses a lot of local models like Whisper, Kokaro. One of the model which I forgot to mention is Kokaro. So Kokaro is being used, is basically a TTS model, which is a text to speech model. So it is open, again, it's an open source model. So what it does is basically it replaces the 11 labs. So most of you guys know what 11 labs does is basically if you give text, they generate the audio. So same kind of thing Kokaro does, but it's an open source. So you can run it in your local system. So that kind of the models which I gave, so small kind of script has been made to run this kind of a models locally inside my Claude code. And third is the references. So basically, as I told you that I have created all those in the flight-based brand guidelines. So I have given them few of the references like this should be the font type, this should be the font color, this is our primary color, this is our base color, this is how the animation should be, this is how this should be, how the split view should be happen, and even in the launch videos, how the screenshot or the videos which you are using should have animations, fade in animation, fade out animations. So all the references which you have in your mind, you need to give it inside this. So here I will, for now, I'll show you the thing which, so basically I have made a skill which is known as a Shortify. So if I open my Claude, and if you go here, if I start, so I have just a command known as a Shortify. So this is a Shortify command, and if I give the YouTube video link here, it will start downloading that video. So mainly the main reason which I built the system was we have this kind of a webinars which we take every Thursday. So it's a 30 minutes long video, and I want a few chunks where I can upload it to the social media. So firstly, I made it for that, but there were the different paths which I took. So basically, this 30 minutes webinar, I say a very vague points. And if I want to upload a social media post or a social media content, and the attention span of everyone is very low, like not more than a 3 second. So even if I cut it down this video, I cannot have the whole context in the 60 second. So I need to create a video which has a whole context of the one pointer which I want to explain. So that's why I use the agent to create my own avatar and then tell itself on behalf of me. So what it does is basically, if I give any YouTube video link, it will start working. I'll come to demo as well. But yeah, so for now, I'll show you the one thing which I have built is basically if you give any YouTube video link or any local video recording which you have inside your local system, if you give it, it will download that video, it will transcribe that video, it will see that what content needs to be done. So it will give you 3 shorts based on your video and on the different topics. Then what it will do is basically it will create a hook, it will create a script out of it, then it will give that script to the agent where your avatar is being there, and then it will take that script with the video of your avatar and give it back to Claude Code. Then Claude Code will edit those video in your brand guidelines which you have been given, and then the postage will automatically schedule it to your social media. Sorry. Okay. So let's start with the first step, where how you can make your own digital avatar using the agent. So as soon as you will log into the agent, basically you will go to this avatar kind of thing. I have created my own avatar right now, but what you need to do is basically just click on this new avatar thing. You can clone a real person or create a virtual character. Basically, here what I would suggest you is to clone yourself, because they give you two options. First, like you just upload your photo, it will clone it into an avatar, but it will not give you proper facial expressions and a kind of the movements which you do. But when you clone yourself, so you need to it's just basically a 2-minute process where you have to just record yourself. Agent itself will give you the script on maybe different topics and numbers, so it can capture all your expressions. So you just need to record that video, and within a 2 or 3 minutes, it will process your video and it will create your own digital avatar. I have created mine, so I don't have to again. Now to clone your voice, just come here, clone your voice again. It has given me a script. You can just see. Oh my gosh, I can hardly sit still right now. So it captures your emotion and how you speak. So once you start recording and again then upload, so it will clone your voice itself. So you have now your digital twin avatar ready for with your voice and your avatar. The two things which you need to do to automate this process is basically just go to this developer option, create one API key. Uh, it's very simple. Just click on this create API key. You need to name it, and maybe I will just say video agent. And we don't want it for a developer to build on something on it. We wanted the agent to autonomously what do you say, click on the video, generate the video and give it back. So we'll just go with the agent and create the API key. Once you have the API key, you can just copy those API key. I have shared it. I have like showed it the API key, so please don't use it. But yeah, so just use this API key. Then what do you want to do is take this API key, then go to your avatar. Your avatar also has this avatar look ID. So yeah, I'll delete it after the session, obviously. Just copy this avatar look ID, and in voice itself, the voice which you have cloned, just take that ID and get a voice ID. So you will get your voice ID itself. So just take that voice ID, and while making those skill MD, which I'll show you again at after the point where I show you this kind of the prompts which I've been using to make those kind of MD files. So just take this and keep it somewhere. When we will set up the skills files, we'll need those three API IDs to let agent access the agent itself on it itself. So these are the three things which you need. Sorry. So first thing which I told my agent, basically I did nothing. I just sorry for the interruption, but yeah. So now I just randomly got to Claude and started brainstorming. Like I want to, if you have no knowledge, just go to the Claude, tell him that I want to make a skill.md file where I want this kind of thing. So I just go to Claude and told that I want to make a skill to edit a video. Basically, where what do I want is basically, first of all, give them context that you want to build this kind of a pipeline, where I just explained you all that what it does is basically take the YouTube video, jot it down, create the script, and then does this thing. Then for each MD file, what I did is basically for the first thing, how I wanted a video to be look like. So I started with telling him that the avatar should be on the bottom side of the thing, and whatever animations you make, just make it on the top end side of the thing. Then the hook title. So hook title is basically the text and the captions which come on the first frame of itself. So I want a 3 or a 4 word title which come on the top of the video, and it should not overlap the avatar, but it should be there in the video. Then in the caption, like every word on the screen should live there, and use the whisper to get autocorrect and all the things. And at the bottom side, use the Hazen avatar kind of thing. So this is kind of a rough sketch which I gave to Claude first to let him understand and brainstorm with me like what needs to be improved or what we can do more. Now, the skills which I made fall almost on this 8 things. First is the mining the moments. So if I give any of the YouTube video, like a session link of mine, one of this session which we are taking. So what it does is uses the whisper model, and it transcribes the whole session, then pull the moments which are worth sharing on the social media. Then after sharing the after taking the transcript and thinking that what are worth sharing, what it does is basically uh, it take out the three angle. One is basically a proof, contrarian, and transformation. So basically one where maybe I have shown some of kind of a proofs, just like at the start, that this kind of a videos has been made. So this kind of the moments which he extract from that whole transcript, and then it creates a kind of a hook, like in the start of the video which you have shown, like uh, the Nupur I guess said that what is the difference between open code and open code replace the Claude code, something kind of a catchy kind of a hook. So it creates this kind of a hooks for the script. Then after selecting what needs to be hooked, based on this hook, it creates a whole script which is under mostly a 60 second, and then it gives those script to the agent platform and to the avatar where the video has been generated. Then what it does is basically uh, it creates the b-rolls or a screen cap. Mostly in our case, it will create the screen cap because in our session, I just share this kind of a screen share. In screen share, many of them were showing the workflow. So what it does is it gathers those screen grabs and sync it with the transcription where it sees that, yeah, this word is being mapped to this kind of thing. So visually they map all the things, so they know that the video and the audio is in sync. Then what it does is it gives to the Kokaro model. Again, it's an open source model. I'll share the link. What it does is it creates the caption, and then it goes to the posties. So posties is again an open source model where you can schedule the content. And once this task has been done, it comes to a command center, and in command center, what it does is it combines all of this and gives me a finalized video. Now let's talk about one thing. So first one was about the moment. So I have created one MD file of each of the thing and given it to the Claude code. And even I have not created that MD file. I have just told them that I want a MD file where it pulls the moment that could carry a standalone shots, ignore the intro for its timestamp range, single idea, shape, number. So this prompt is very vague. I'll share a GitHub repo. This is that GitHub repo. I'll share it with you all. So you can just directly edit in your Claude or any of the agent which you want. So this MD, the moment MD file, what it does is basically what I explained to you earlier. It pulls the transcript and finds the best moment which we can make a video out of it. Then the angle MD file basically things from the social media marketer and things that what angles could go viral on the social media. Then the hook part creates the hook. It has the hook.md file. Then the script.md file creates the script, and like that we have each MD file for it. So just like that, I have created the MD file of each of this thing, and then combine it to a skill named as a Shortify, which I told you. So it has all the necessary skills which has been used to generate this kind of a videos. And if you want, I guess I'll share the GitHub repo right away. Okay, so this is what it does. Now, I also showed you the launch video itself. So in launch video itself, it did the same thing. It found a story, it created a script, it created a plan, what scene should be there, what title should be there, what features should be shown, and then rendered everything using the hyperframes. So if you guys don't know what hyperframes is, basically again it's an open source uh, HTML CSL video coding agent, you can say, which was developed by the agent team. So what it does is basically it creates a kind of animations and text and all those things which you saw on the top top side of the video. So all those animations were created using this GitHub repo, which is the hyperframes. So again, in this thing also, I didn't did anything. I just gave him the resist.md file, and it created the whole video for me. So, and hyperframes has lot of different kind of skills in itself. Like if you say slash product launch video, it will create a product launch video. If you say slash faceless explainer video, it will create a faceless explainer video for you. Website to video, and there are a lot of more capabilities which you can explore yourself. Then this is not much like it. You need to be known, but I'll go with one models which I have used. So this is the Posties GitHub repo which I have used. So basically what it does is basically it can schedule all the posts to any of your social media. So what you just need to do one thing, you need to just clone this repo and it will start working. You need to authorize your social media accounts once, and then it will start. And it is eligible with almost all the social media platform: Instagram, Reddit, LinkedIn, Dribble, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, everything. So you can use this repo as well. Then the hyperframes, which I already told. This is the Whisper model, which is by the OpenAI. So it is used for transcription of the audio, and then this is a Kokaro model which has been used to text to speech model, which is the replacement of the 11 labs. I'll share the GitHub repo of all these things. Don't need to do anything. Even if you just clone this skill, and it will automatically install all this what do you say repos itself in your coding agent, and you are good to go. So yeah, that was pretty much it about it. And while making this kind of agent, while you uh, clone my skill, it will ask you for the agent API ID, your look ID, and your voice ID. So you can give it to that, but don't directly give it to basically what is a Claude code. Tell him to just add it into your config.json file. So it's a more kind of what do you say, a security kind of a thing where you are not exposing the API keys directly to the agents. So just try to do it manually, or maybe if you don't want, you can just give it to agent itself. No worries. So yeah, that is pretty much it about the thing which I have been doing using all of this. If you have questions, I'm more than happy to take. Yes, Susan. So first of all, the skill which I made, Shortify, was as I wanted to create a YouTube video into a short form videos using my Hazen avatar, because 30-second video doesn't have the whole context of the webinar. So I wanted to give pointers in the context. So if you just go and slash Shortify and just tell him that I want a split view video of this, and I want to add this kind of animation. Uh, I want to add this specific font, this specific color, this kind of animation. It will create that for you. Even if you tell it that I don't want it in the 9:16, I want it in the 1:1 LinkedIn kind of a format, it will create that as well with you. But remember one thing, you need to specify the things like the aspect ratio need to be this, it need to be split view, it need to be this, it need to be that. That's it. Even the Shortify, even in the Shortify skill which I have made, you can just say that create a launch video of anything. It will create a launch video of that thing for you as well. So nothing to worry about it. Yeah. So it asks for the permission as well. Like I wanted it to be a more like I approve it once before going into the social media. So while you connect this posties posties repo and clone it in your agent skill MD file, uh, you can ask him like before uploading the video, just uh, take approval from me and then we'll do it. And one thing which I forgot to mention is basically if you will use the uh, Hagen for automated purpose, so their latest model Avatar V5, which is not available using the API. So the one trick which you can do is you can use this MCP, which is a playwright MCP. So what it does is basically it goes uh, it goes in the browser on behalf of you. It will go to that Hagen website. It will download that video using the Avatar 5 and it will give it back to you. So basically, for now, they have restricted the Hagen Avatar to be version 4. So basically, except version 4, you cannot make it the video. So if you want to make the video more better and cleaner with your facial expression, what you can do is you can just add this one step. You add the playwright MCP in your workflow and tell it that just go to the agent and just convert it into the version 5 and then download the video and then give it to this Shortify skill. Okay. Okay. So good question, Chaitanya. So it's the uh, what did you, let me show you. Hmm. Okay. This is the one thing which has been editing all the things, Fmpeg. So as I told you, it's been used to manipulate and convert all the audio into media files. So what it does is basically in the backend, it uses this multimedia toolkit and processes all the things which we ask it to do. So in the backend, Fmpeg is processing all the things like splitting it, what do you say, then what things need to be put and what things not need to be put. And for the animations, the graphics which you saw, the text which you saw on the top part of the video has been generated using the Hagen hyperframes. So it's a go-to skill for now to generate, what do you say, this kind of animation, and it's getting better and better every day. And they have just now got an update where you can add a sound effect and music itself using this hyperframes. So I have not integrated it yet, but I'll integrate it and will update in the GitHub repo itself. So you don't need to worry about it. You just need to update it and from my repo.